Dating after 60 can be one of the most exciting adventures of your golden years. It's a season where you finally have more time for yourself, more freedom, and often a stronger sense of who you are and what you want. Many seniors find that they're ready for companionship again, whether they've been widowed, divorced, or single for years. But while the idea of love after 60 is beautiful, the reality is that it can also feel risky.
Why?
Because seniors are one of the biggest targets for romance scams today. Criminals know that older adults are often more trusting, more compassionate, and sometimes more financially stable. They take advantage of loneliness, play with emotions, and in many cases, walk away not just with someone's money but with their confidence and peace of mind. The good news: you don't have to let this scare you away from dating. Real love is still out there. Genuine companionship is still possible. But to enjoy it safely, you need to know the red flags and learn how to protect your heart as well as your savings. So today, let's talk about 3 of the most common senior dating scams you need to avoid. And to make it clear, I'll share the real-life stories of seniors just like you, people who got caught in these traps, so you'll know exactly what to watch out for. Scam 1. The Too Perfect Connection. Meet Evelyn, a 67-year-old retired nurse. After spending years caring for her patients and later her grandchildren, Evelyn finally decided it was time to care for herself. She wanted companionship, someone to talk to, someone to laugh with. So she joined an online dating site. Within just a week, she met a man who seemed perfect. He was attentive. He sent her long messages every morning, filled with romantic phrases. He called her his angel and soulmate, even though they had never met in person. He seemed to know exactly what to say to make her feel cherished. Evelyn felt flattered, excited, and maybe even a little swept off her feet. After years of being alone, it felt wonderful to be noticed again. But then came the excuses. Every time she asked to meet, he had a reason. He was too busy with work. He was traveling constantly. And then, finally, came the request, "My bank account is frozen. Can you help me with just a little money for bills? I'll pay you back as soon as I can." That was the moment everything shifted. Evelyn realized that this man who seemed perfect was not perfect at all. He was a scammer. And unfortunately, her story is not unique. This is one of the most common scams targeting seniors, the Too Perfect Connection. Scammers create fake profiles, use stolen pictures, and flood you with love and attention. They move fast, declaring love before they even meet you. Then they begin to ask for money, usually in small amounts at first. And for you to protect yourself, you must remember this: if someone feels too good to be true, they probably are. Real love doesn't come in overnight messages filled with poetry. Real companionship takes time to grow. You can protect yourself by refusing to send money, no matter how small the request, and by insisting on a real video call before you let your heart get too invested. A scammer will always find excuses for why they can't do a live call. That's your red flag. Have you or someone you know ever experienced this kind of too perfect scam? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story could be the warning someone else needs. Scam 2. The Long-Distance Trap. Now let's talk about Robert, a 70-year-old widower. Robert missed having someone to share his evenings with, so he decided to try online dating. Before long, he connected with a woman who claimed she was a humanitarian worker stationed abroad. She was kind, attentive, and said she was looking for a serious relationship. At first, Robert was excited. They exchanged messages daily. She told him she admired his strength, and she seemed genuinely interested in his life. But over time, Robert noticed something strange. She kept finding reasons not to meet. Every time they talked about seeing each other, she would say, "I can't leave my post right now." Or, "I'm overseas and the timing is difficult." And then came the requests. First it was money for travel papers, then for emergency expenses. Later, she claimed she needed help buying a plane ticket home. Robert wanted to believe her. After all, she seemed so caring. But eventually, he realized he had fallen into the long-distance trap. This scam works by creating distance. Scammers pretend to be doctors, engineers, or soldiers working abroad. They use this distance as an excuse for why they can't meet. Then, little by little, they start asking for money, always with a promise that they'll pay it back or meet soon. You can protect yourself by paying attention to this one detail. If someone you're talking to always has an excuse for not meeting in person, or if they keep delaying and avoiding, be careful. Real love seeks connection, not distance. A genuine partner will want to see you face to face, not hide behind a screen. Has anyone ever avoided meeting you in person, even after weeks or months of talking online? If it's happened to you, type "yes" in the comments. Let's be honest with each other. It happens more often than we admit. Scam 3. The fake family emergency. Finally, let's look at Clara's story. Clara is 72, a kind-hearted grandmother who enjoys gardening and volunteering. She joined a dating site, not really expecting much, but soon connected with a man who seemed genuine. He was attentive, funny, and told her he admired her caring nature. After a few weeks of chatting, he confided in her. His son had been in a terrible accident and needed surgery. He said he didn't know who else to ask and begged Clara for help. Clara's heart broke for him. She imagined her own children or grandchildren in that situation and couldn't bear the thought of turning her back. So she sent him money. But once she did, the requests didn't stop. There was another emergency, and another, and another. Each time, she felt compelled to help. Until one day, his profile disappeared. The man she thought she knew was never real. This is the fake family emergency scam. Scammers prey on compassion. They know many seniors are generous and empathetic, especially when it comes to family. They'll invent illnesses, accidents, or tragedies, and tug at your heart until you open your wallet. And for you to protect yourself from this, remind yourself of one rule. Never send money to someone you haven't met face-to-face multiple times. If someone truly wants a relationship with you, financial help should not be part of the conversation so early on. And if someone is constantly asking for help, it's a sign they may not be who they say they are. Would you ever send money to someone you've never met in person? Be honest. Share your answer in the comments. It's a question worth thinking about. Here's the truth. Scams are everywhere, but so is love. Don't let fear of scammers close your heart to real connections. Instead, let wisdom guide you. Protect yourself by paying attention to red flags, setting boundaries, and remembering that true companionship doesn't come with constant excuses or financial demands. Scammers want to make you feel rushed, pressured, and guilty. Real love will make you feel safe, comfortable, and valued. Evelyn, Robert, and Clara all learned the hard way. But their stories don't end with scams. Each of them walked away wiser. Each of them realized that protecting their heart and their finances doesn't mean shutting down hope. It means building healthy boundaries so they can find love that is real. And that can be your story too. You don't need to settle for loneliness. You don't need to fear every message. You just need to walk with wisdom. Love after 60 is possible, but it begins with confidence and awareness. If this video gave you something valuable, don't leave quietly. Subscribe to Love and Life After 60 right now. Every week, we bring you videos about dating after 60, marriage after retirement, family, friendships, and joyful living. This is your community, a place where your voice matters and your journey is respected. Now it's your turn. Which of these scams do you think is the most dangerous? The too perfect match, the long-distance trap, or the fake family emergency? Share your answer in the comments. Your comment might be the very thing that protects another senior. And remember this, guarding your heart doesn't mean closing it. The more you learn, the safer you become, and the freer you are to love again. Subscribe, comment, and share this video with a friend over 60 who deserves to stay safe while searching for love. Because your heart is too valuable to be fooled. Guard it with wisdom, and you'll open the door to companionship that is safe, genuine, and deeply fulfilling.